the Moon is out on Netflix now. It's been out for about a week and a half. This is me playing catch up on all the movies that I missed that were released in October while I was doing my Halloween Spooktacular and watching horror movies for the whole month. Trying to catch up on those reviews now and trying to review them. Probably going to skip The Empty Man, though. I don't want to sit in a theater for 2 hours and 20 minutes for that. No way! Over the Moon is an animated musical about a girl that builds a rocket ship and blasts off, hoping to meet a mythical moon goddess that she has heard about from stories that her mother told her when she was younger. I think Over the Moon is fine for what it's trying to capture. It definitely has subject matter that it tackles to a great degree, such as grief and loss, and how we deal with grief and loss, or how younger children and teenagers deal with grief and loss. Like, there's things in here that children and young teenagers might not even understand why certain life events are happening. The movie does a really good job at examining that issue, and with the main character of Fei Fei, I think there's enough there where you understand where she's coming from as the movie showcases how she's dealing with these emotions. And as a character, she's really solid as well, which even adds another layer to what she's actually going through and why she actually wants to go on an adventure and try and find this mythical moon goddess that she has heard about in stories forever. It's also a very well animated movie. My God. Anytime I talk about modern animated movies, I have to talk about how the animation has improved so much over time. The skin textures just look stunning. It's stuff to behold in terms of animation, how far animation has come since the dawn of animation. It's really incredible. The movie has a lot of energy because the color palette is so colorful and it gives the movie this more vibrant feel to it. Because of that, I was always invested. I always wanted to see what these worlds on the moon would entail and what the animation for those would be like, and it was just completely mind-blowing and astounding. I also loved the world building in this movie. That was something I was very surprised with. I thought that they did a good job capturing the lore and the mystery behind this moon goddess. The problem with Over the Moon is that the story's not that strong. And when you actually look at this movie in a particular lens, you can kind of see that they're really taking tricks out of the Disney animation playbook. Because if you had told, if this was, let's just say Disney Plus was not in existence. Let's just say that this was an animated movie that was on Netflix. Again, Disney Plus is out of the picture. This kind of feels like Netflix is frozen in a way. There's even a character that reminded me of Olaf, the character of Gobi. Definitely this movie's version of Olaf, for sure. In that way, it just felt very by the numbers. It just felt like they were trying to replicate the success of all the recent Disney animation movies and instead of trying to break new ground, the movie just feels a bit formulaic, and because of that, in ways, its story feels a little bit weak. The entire middle section of the movie is all subplots. I felt as if you could have gotten rid of some of these subplots and just focused on the main task at hand, but unlike something like Star Wars The Last Jedi, where it feels like Canto Bight is an entire subplot that could just be cut out of the movie, when in actuality it can't, because it all connects back to the main story, which I'm fine with. I actually love the Canto Bight stuff in that. This feels like subplots that could be cut out of the movie, but the filmmakers think that it circles back to the main plot, when in actuality it really doesn't. I became disinterested because I felt like it took away from the actual goal of Fei Fei's character and what she was trying to accomplish in her main quest, and in turn, because the subplots just didn't really circle back to the main plot, none of them were ever that interesting to me, and I felt as if that they were the weakest aspect of the story. But for some reason, it felt like that the filmmakers felt like they had to be in there when they really didn't. The musical numbers also aren't that great. There's a couple songs that I think are standouts. I don't even remember the titles, honestly. Like, that's kind of how forgettable the soundtrack is, and there's an EDM-influenced song in the middle of the movie that I felt like did not fit in at all. It felt like an end credits song. Like, it would have been a perfect end credits song. It does not belong in the main feature. None of the songs really hooked me. The lyrics were just all exposition, explaining stuff. They weren't catchy. And these reasons are why Over the Moon feels like a mixed bag for me. I just feel like they just were trying way too hard to take a page out of Disney's playbook in terms of the animation and create their own thing, yet they just kind of replicated and reproduced what Disney Animation Studios has been doing for the past 7 or 8 years or so, and they didn't offer anything new, and the songs were just lacking, in my opinion. I didn't hate Over the Moon, so I'm gonna say I think you will enjoy Over the Moon, even if you have a half bucket of popcorn. This movie does showcase a lot of that Chinese culture, and is definitely an important part of the movie. I actually really like seeing those different aspects of the Chinese culture, family traditions, and stuff like that. It was really interesting. That's another big plus for me. So guys, have you seen Over the Moon? What did you think about it? I know it's been out for about a week and a half now. As I said, I'm trying to catch up. So if you have seen it, drop me some feedback in the comment section below. I'll leave my link to my website in the description below as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere.